So we're getting real close to getting this whole thing off here. We've got the ball joint. This actually came loose on its own. It was a 22, so if we just bingo like that, the ball joint is pretty much off. You can see, or maybe it's not separated. It looked like it was. Take this small. We also got a bad ABS sensor. This car had a Christmas tree lit up on the dash, and that's one of the reasons. We had a right front ABS sensor. Okay. Now, this one stupid little sway bar link is holding us down. But I wanted to show you the difference. Here's the new one. You see how it's perfectly balanced? It sits dead center in this mount here. All right. Well, if you take a look at this one, hopefully you can see it. It's all the way to the front of the car. And if you come to the back side, you see how it's slid all the way over? Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. So we got to get this last bolt out of the sway bar link up here, right there. And then we should be able to drop this thing and put the new one on. Whew. It is hot. It's not often you're going to see me without a hat, but today it's too hot to wear a dang hat or be concerned about my hair. So let's knock this out. Let's get this off. Let's get this back together because I want to see what these new rims look like. So I think we about got it out. Looks like we can just pop this off of the ball joint right there. And you see what I mean here. Look at that. I mean, it's just destroyed. It's absolutely no good. So just take your new one and, you know, do what men do. Shove it up in there. Oh, wait. I got too quick to shove it up in there, not stuck. There we go. You gotta put it over the, there we go. You gotta put it over the ball joint first. Then you gotta get it up where the strut goes. And then you gotta, you know, one-handed this ain't gonna happen. You gotta take a hammer and try to tap that up so that it matches up in there. We start putting it back together. This is real simple. Real easy stuff here, guys. All right, so we're getting it together. As you can see, we just got to tighten down all this stuff. We got all the bolts and everything in. We got to tighten it down, put some grease in our sway bar bushing. Tighten this stuff down. We're done with one side. We can put the rim on it and hope that we don't have popping noises. We also got to put in the, this is the old ABS sensor that was bad, and I've got the new one out here somewhere. So we got to put that in as well. Just a quick update. We're getting there. We're almost done with this side. Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. Yes, it's a lot later because we ran into some trouble. And I know it's going to be grainy footage, but I think you can see in the background what I'm dealing with here. We're looking at some very severe weather. We're talking golf ball size hail. There's a tornado warning. So, as pretty as that is, this is what we're actually here to figure out, because I got to get the car in the garage. Tim's working on getting the garage cleaned up. We got the new control arm under here. There it is. Everything's buttoned up. It took us a long time. There's the ball joint right there. It took us a long time because the new control arms were recessed for the ball joint too far. And we couldn't get the ball joint locked down. So I had to go to Ace Hardware and find some of these washers. It turns out 2 washers set everything just right so those bolts lock down. We're going to real quick jump in the car and make sure the ABS light is off, because that is the sensor. I replaced it with a used OEM Nissan sensor. I could have gone new for 60 bucks, but used was guaranteed for a year for $18. So let's see if the ABS light goes off on its own. Looks like it did. And we still have our tire pressure light. We have our washer fluid bottle light, and I think that washer bottle under there is cracked. I can't remember for sure. I'll have to put some fluid in it and see what happens. But the flashing top light, apparently from what I read, the light is supposed to flash when the top is up. When the top is down, the light stays solid. So once we fix that windshield washer reservoir, or just fill it up, that light will go off. TPMS light, I'll have to take it to Walmart or somewhere, have them program these new TPMS sensors, and that light will go off. And there are no other lights on the dash, so that is good news. Go ahead and shut this bad boy off, because that storm is getting, boy, she's getting close. She's getting real close. Too close for comfort, actually. Welcome to Oklahoma. For those of you abroad, And when I say abroad, I mean all over the country and all over the world for that matter. A lot of you guys watch me from Europe. This is what Oklahoma looks like. Everybody thinks we have storm seasons out here. Little do you realize every season is storm season in Oklahoma. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, it's magnificent, but it's also deadly. You can enjoy nature's beauty here as long as you remember to respect her and have a tornado shelter. Look at that. That's wild, man. I mean, this is a very, very lively storm right now. She's pissed. Mother Nature's pissed, and she's about to drop a bomb on us, I think. So let's get this last wheel on here, and that'll be this side done, and then all we gotta do is get the other side done, and we'll be gravy, man. We gotta hurry. I hope we don't get hail, because the Corvette is full coverage, the Camaro's full coverage, so those will have to set outside. The Z is liability, and the truck is liability, so those aren't covered. Yeah, the truck may be all right. Golf ball hail, I don't think so. The Camaro and the Corvette, I don't know how they'll fare. Anyway, let's get this wheel put on. All right, now that we got through all that bad weather, it's actually been 4 or 5 days, and we're back. The Z car is almost done. After going through and replacing the control arms and the sway bar end links, we ended up with a bad ball joint. Basically, when reinstalling the control arms, the ball joint wouldn't stop spinning. I don't like that. The ball joint's definitely a tad bit loose, so I went ahead and ordered a pair of ball joints for it. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. There she is in all of her glory. I'll start it up for you here in just a minute and let you hear this new exhaust. Yes, we got that exhaust done. That's some big exhaust, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's some massive exhaust right there. See if I can scoot y'all under here so you can see what it looks like. Same thing as the Camaro. It's got these extra little baffles or whatever chambers up top to help drown out any unwanted noise. This is a full catback system, and it sounds really, really good. I think it came out great. It really did. I'm really happy with it. We've got so many cars here. The Z is going to have to go up for sale. We've got the 911 that we're still waiting on the alternator, and then, well, there's one issue, one main issue. Everything else is pretty solid. There's just one issue with this car. We'll talk about that another time. We got the Camaro. We got the 350Z. We got the there's one sitting out there y'all haven't seen in a while. We got the C6 LS3 Corvette over here that nobody drives anymore. It literally sits here on the street all day. Then we got y'all's favorite, the 85 GMC Sierra. And how about this one? You guys have not seen this car in forever. This is the 2012 Chevy Cruze Eco that now has 161,000 miles on it. Yes, 161,000 miles on it. I bought this car 3 or 4 years ago when it only had 70,000 miles on the clock. I've had it almost 100,000 miles. And as bad as so many of you think these cars are, this car's never had any major problems at all. Still original motor, original transmission, doesn't smoke, doesn't burn oil, doesn't leak any fluids at all. Just regular maintenance. I put a set of brake pads on it. I put several sets of tires on it. But it's actually about time to get to work on this one, and that's why it's at the house. I had to pull it off the Toro platform. This is a car that I make money off of. I make, I'll say, between $400 and $600 a month on this car, renting it out on Toro. So it makes me money. I get mileage deductions for taxes, but this back bumper was damaged, I don't know, about 2 years ago by a car wash. They paid me out, I think, $1,300 for this bumper, and I just drove some screws through. Left it alone. And then a lady had an accident on Toro, very light accident, and it actually scraped the paint. I don't know how well you can see that, but the paint is all scratched up on here, and Toro paid me about another $1,000 for that. So I've made almost $3 grand on that back bumper. I bought a new bumper on eBay for, as like a $200, $250. Then someone had an accident on the front, and Toro paid me out another $1,500 or so for the front end damage. And I bought a bumper again. It's like $150, $200. I got a new bumper in the garage. I bought the new lower grill, the new upper grill. I still got to source the hood. As you can see, the hood is definitely damaged. I'm going to find one of those soon. Probably about $200, maybe $300 for another hood. And at that point, I think it'll be about time to get this car down to Mako, get a paint job on it, and then put it back on the Toro Flat platform. It's been such a good car, there's no reason to take it off the platform. The Corvette, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about. The only car right now that I'm 100% certain needs to go because I just need the room is the Z. But before we talk about that, let's drop the top and let's fire it up so you guys can hear that new exhaust. All right, now let's pop this top real quick. This is one of my favorite things to do in this car. I love the way this top opens up, man. It's like a transformer. Relatively quick too. Boom, done. Just like that. Man, this thing is nice. As you can see, there are no warning lights on the dash. It's just a solid runner, man. Solid runner. We got all the faults taken care of. AC works, stereo works, all the lights and signals work. The only downsides to the car really are that the interior is just not in that great of shape. This seat has seen better days. It's got a tear right here. There's a tear in the center right there on that one. I mean, that's pretty easily remediable. Most junkyards. I haven't had any problem sourcing parts for this car, to be quite honest with you. This has been an easy car to find parts for at the junkyard. This seat has a tear this way and a tear this way. The heated seats work, power seats work, the subwoofer, it's got the Bose premium sound, the subwoofer back there works, like everything. Look at that Z right there. I love that. Everything is working just fine on this car, and those rims and tires alone were $2,000. So we put some money into her, and I'm happy with the outcome. It came out great. Again, big shout out to Mike Weirdbeard on YouTube for his handiwork. Now I know that there's some of you that don't like the paint scheme. A lot of you have asked Randy, what made you decide to go black on top and blue on bottom? And that was actually something that Mike suggested, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, that's a good idea. And the only reason I thought it was a good idea is because it would make this car stand out. Now I know it's one of those things where you either love the paint scheme or you hate it, but for me, I really loved it because I was able to say, you know what, when you see this car out here in the Oklahoma City area, honestly, pretty much anywhere you see this car, you're gonna know where it came from. You're gonna know that this is the Z from YouTube. It doesn't look like any other Z. Those are my rims that I picked out. You know, that's Mike's paint scheme that he came up with, and it is very, very unique. Some people are gonna like the uniqueness of it, and some people are just gonna hate it. Now these are big rims. They're, I think they're 18 by 10 in the back and 18 by 8.5 in the front or something like that. I don't remember. I think I may have told you guys earlier. It's got wide tires on it. It's got a beautiful stance to it. The car looks fantastic, in my opinion. Now, of course, your opinion may differ from mine, and that's fine. There are no leaks. It's just a great car. So now for the nitty-gritty. How much are we asking for it? Well, listening to all of you guys, you seem to think around $7,000 is where the price point should be on this. So I don't know if it's going to bring that much or not. Here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to start it out around $69.95, maybe $64.50, and we can work it out from there. I've got a lot of you messaging me through email. I've got messages coming through on Instagram, and I've got messages coming through on my Facebook fan page from people saying, is the Z ready? When is the Z going to be ready? When is the truck going to be ready? Truck ain't ready yet, but when is the Z ready? The Z's getting ready to go up Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, the last ball joint comes in that I need for the front. I'm going to get those ball joints replaced, get that alignment done. So as of Wednesday, this car is going to be ready to go. I'll probably have it up for sale Thursday or Friday, and I will probably list it at $69.95 or best offer. So if you can get somewhere in the $6,500 neighborhood, contact me, let me know what you think. We can work something out. I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement. It does have a good Oklahoma title. Everything is up to date and good on this car. I'm just ready to move it because, as you can see, I've got far too many cars here and nowhere to put them. So I can also use the money. We're still shop hunting everything is still going great, but it's time to move the Z out of here. So if you're interested, hit me up. How do you hit me up? autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com. Best way to do it, just send me an email and I will respond to you. Send your offer and maybe we can work something. I'm going to tell you this, I'm not holding it for anybody. All right, there's no holds. I'm not going to take a check. Nothing funny like that. All right, it needs to be cash or some other certified fund, some other certified way of doing it. I got the title here, everything's good to go. So you contact me if you're interested, and this could be yours if the price is right. I always want to say this could be yours if the price is right. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It's starting to get dark and I got a lot of work to do. So until next time, stay safe out there. And if, hey, share the video, man. Maybe somebody you know will see the car and they're like, hey, I gotta have that car, I want it or something. We got to get rid of it. So share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Auto Auction Rebuilds. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I got so much work to do, and I will catch you all very soon in the next one.